Next up, the small intestine. Small intestine, it's about 20 feet long, 6 meters in an unembalmed cadaver. In the live human, muscle contractions make it shorter. Once you're embalmed, tissue shrinks, and so it gets a little shorter. At its longest, it's about 6 meters long. It extends from the pylorus of the stomach, not shown here. Stomach has been removed in this diagram. Goes zoop-de-doo around like this, wiggles around some more, ends at the ileocecal valve that dumps into this little pocket off the large intestine called the cecum. The first segment is called the duodenum. I really wanted to call it the duodenum. Apparently most people say duodenum. You go ahead, you do you. The duodenum is a really short little section. It just curves around the end of the pancreas. Most of it is actually retroperitoneal, oddly enough. And then it joins the next section at this corner where it sort of flips over, called the duodenojejunal flexure, which again is a really big word, but when we remember our word construction, it's not that bad. It's just duodenum, jejunum put together. Flexure just means corner. The jejunum is the next section, and it's located in the upper left region of the abdomen. So there's kind of this diagonal line across the small intestine. The upper left part is the jejunum, the lower right is the ileum. Jejunum does a lot of absorption and chemical digestion. Tons of secretion, tons of absorption. It is intraperitoneal. It is suspended by the mesentery. The ileum is the third part. Now notice the spelling of ileum, please. I-L-E-U-M. It is not I-L-I-U-M. It is I-L-E. This is the intestine, not the bone. It is the distal part of the small intestine, and it goes from where it joins the jejunum to this ileocecal valve where it empties into the cecum. Lots and lots of absorption takes place in the ileum as well. Less secretion, lots and lots of absorption. Both the jejunum and the ileum have tremendous surface area inside, which we will talk about in the next video. And here is our first introduction to a new character, Irritable Bowel. So here's brain, says, all right, tongue, if you're so tough, why don't you eat this ghost pepper? Tongue says, with pleasure. And then, ah! And irritable bowel laughs at tongue. And then brain says, you know, I should apologize. I really didn't think this through. Until irritable bowel says, ah, the agony. All right, so here's our digestive board showing this, this anatomy. Here's the pyloric sphincter, the duodenum. It comes around and then behind the large intestine. It does this little doop-de-doo. Joins with the jejunum. This portion is the jejunum. This portion is the ileum. This is the break between them, but I'm not going to get real particular about it. If I ask you, you know, this portion or this portion, I'm going to be really clear. I'm not going to ask you to identify that difference between them. And then this thing right here, that is the ileocecal valve. Sorry, that right there, that's the ileocecal valve. And next up, we will talk about the histology of the small intestine.